new trouble for actress Loughlin, facing new charges in the college admissions cheating case that could land her and her husband behind bars for a significant period of time. Lindsay Davis is here with the latest. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Robin. This is all unfolding just as prosecutors said that it would. The 13 parents who pled guilty on Monday prior to the grand jury indictment yesterday were spared this new criminal charge. But for 16 parents who had not signaled their intention to plead guilty, including actress Loughlin, the potential prison time they face if convicted just doubled.
This morning, more legal trouble for actress Loughlin and her husband. They're among 16 parents now facing an additional criminal charge in the college admissions scandal. Already charged with mail fraud, they're now also accused of conspiracy to commit money laundering. Prosecutors say the former Full House star and her fashion designer husband shelled out $500,000 in bribes to help get their daughters, including YouTube star Olivia Jade, into USC.
This is Olivia Jade.
This new charge comes just one day after actress Felicity Huffman and a dozen other parents agreed to plead guilty to mail fraud conspiracy.
Do you plan to fight this?
The Desperate Housewives star stone-faced as she left federal court last week in Boston. This in stark contrast to Loughlin smiling before her own court appearance and signing autographs after arriving in Boston.
Lori, since Felicity accepted a plea deal, will you be doing the same?
But in this new video captured yesterday, Loughlin appears more subdued. If convicted, she and her husband could face up to 20 years in prison for each charge. In a cell like this one, at a minimum security federal prison like this in Alderson, West Virginia. The same place where Martha Stewart was locked up for 5 months after she was found guilty in 2004 of lying to federal investigators.
You're separated from everybody that you love, and you're just locked away.
Jennifer Myers served 17 months at the same prison after she got involved in marijuana trafficking through an ex-boyfriend. Now a prison consultant, she helps nonviolent first-time offenders prepare for their new life behind bars in federal prison. She says for women with privileged backgrounds, the experience can be especially difficult.
It is challenging. There's probably a lot of shame she's going to experience. To have humility around the guards, being watched, being counted. The entire world of prison is going to be completely opposite than what somebody like Lori has ever experienced before.
Meanwhile, Dan's mom, Abby Lee Miller, who served 8 months in federal prison, offered this advice on Inside Edition to Huffman, who legal experts say faces roughly 4 to 10 months behind bars.
Be respectful of everyone. Keep a very low profile. Be kind to people. Tell your story, but listen.
Now with this additional charge, if convicted, legal experts say that Loughlin likely faces the possibility of 3 years or more behind bars, while Huffman could potentially not have any jail time at all, though you have to imagine that the judge won't want to have the appearance of any kind of celebrity justice here.
Yeah, we'll have to see. All right, Lindsay, thank you very much. Sonny Huston's going to join us right now. These new charges are no joke.
No, it's very, very serious. I mean, she was already looking at serious charges. We're talking about mail fraud, wire fraud. But in this case, the added ick factor of money laundering. I mean, you see that kind of charge with organized crime and gun cases and drug cases. And I think when a jury looks at that, money funneling through a charity, that extra ick factor makes juries really take a pause and think, what kind of behavior is really going on here?
Big risk for them to go before a jury. What we don't know is did they reject a plea deal that some of the other parents took?
I think that's probably likely. You know, in a case like this, I've said from the very beginning, any kind of plea that would be offered has to contemplate at the very least some sort of prison time. I mean, Lindsay made it very clear. I think prosecutors don't want the appearance in a case like this, which is a case about privilege, that some people will get celebrity justice.
Especially when you're talking $500,000.
Exactly. And so if they got some sort of plea, I guess, that contained a lot of jail time, then you have someone that rejected a plea, and now prosecutors are saying, oh, you want to reject a plea? No problem. This is the additional type of case that you are now looking at.
But speaking of appearances, we saw Loughlin outside of the court. She's smiling, she's shaking hands, she's signing autographs, she's taking photos. Is that something that the prosecutor takes into consideration?
Michael, I can only tell you that when I was prosecuting these kinds of cases, I did look at defendants' demeanor. I looked at the behavior in a courtroom, and when you don't see remorse, when you don't see that someone is taking something seriously, the court system seriously, you look at it and you consider it. You do.
Because you saw what Felicity Huffman, her statement was just absolutely opposite of what we're seeing with Lori Loughlin.
It was so appropriate. She took responsibility for her actions, and more than that, she said, my daughter didn't know anything about it. I did something wrong, and I apologize to the families that did the right thing. That's what you want to see. And I do think that she will spend some time in prison. I do think. No celebrity justice here. Prosecutors definitely want to punish. The system is intended to punish, but prosecutors also recommend sentences to send a message to the community that certain behaviors will not be tolerated. And I think we're going to see that across the board here.
In the end, it'll be up to the judges.
Yeah.
Sonny, thanks very much.
Y'all going to behave on The View today?
Yes.
I hope so. I hope so.
Thank you, Sonny. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.